Hello, I'm Tiffany, and this is Tiffany Lives Tarot. This is your weekly reading for the first week of October 2020. But today we're doing a special reading because I have been getting a lot of questions lately that all seem to revolve around setting boundaries and the need to set boundaries. So that's what this reading is going to focus on. This is my quickie reading, meaning I'm going to try to get this done in 8 minutes or less so you can get on with your day, but have some insight from the universe as you go. And as well, if you decide to book a personal reading with me, 10% of all my profits go to the Polaris Project, which helps rescue kids and teens from sex trafficking. So you're not just helping yourself, you're helping others as well. All right, I've started with an oracle card here, and the first one that came out is peace. Now, in the context of setting boundaries, having healthy boundaries with others creates a great deal of peace. And when we don't have boundaries, or when others are infringing on our boundaries, then we do not. We are not at ease. We're uncomfortable. A lot of times we can't really explain why. It's this feeling of, that we're being infringed upon in some way, and we can't always, verbalize what it is or identify what the feeling is. But I love that this card came out first because it's true. When we set healthy boundaries and maintain them, it creates peace for us. And well, for the other people, they may or may not like it, but for us, it creates a lot of inner peace, and that is really important. Now I'm going to work here with my Tarot of the Spirit deck, and we'll see what messages this deck has to offer around setting boundaries. Okay. Okay. What we've got here. All right, so 3 cards came out. We've got the moon. We'll start with the moon, then I'll get to the other ones. When we get the moon, okay, so here's the thing. When we need to set boundaries, it can create some very murky waters, right? Because it can be hard for us to do it because maybe we're not used to doing that sort of thing. And in trying to set boundaries and make things clear and defined, it can create a lot of uncertainty simply because we're doing something we haven't done before, or maybe with this person or with this situation, and it's new and it's uncomfortable. But at the same time, when we get the moon card, it encourages us to commit to the path. Once we set that boundary and we know what it is, commit to that, because sticking to it is what makes a boundary work. That's what heals you. That's what helps heal the situation. The next card we have is the Resurrection card. Now, this is huge because Resurrection, we get this card when we're coming through the dark tunnel of this uncertainty. On the other side of that is resurrection. It's light, it's clear understanding, it's clarity, it's a huge aha moment, and a sense of relief that you're actually moving past this very difficult situation. And you can see, like, the people down here, they're expanding. There's all this light, like, coming down to meet them. They're expanding because, ironically, setting healthy boundaries helps us expand, because we're not giving away all the pieces of ourselves and all that energy and all that time and maybe all that money, whatever it might be for you, all that self-respect. We're no longer giving that away. And because we get to keep that energy for ourselves and use it for ways that are going to help us, we expand. And that's not a selfish thing. That's the other part. With boundary setting, there's good English for you. We might feel like we are being selfish, but actually we're not. We're growing ourselves. We're healing ourselves. That's the best way to give to others, is when we are whole, when we feel healed. Okay, Lastly here, we've got this 5 of Water card. Now, this happens when we're setting boundaries. It can create a lot of grief. You're leaving something behind, or a person behind, or people are perhaps they're surprised, they're not used to you behaving in this way, or saying no if that's what the boundary has to be. And it can just be very difficult. But when we get this 5 of Water card, it's saying, acknowledge that grief, acknowledge that pain, and leave it behind. This is spilling out. Okay, fine. Here's a path ahead of you. And on that path are 2 cups that are like glowing with light. And this is the path you want to follow. This is old. Leave it behind. Be heartened. If it's hard to do this, take heart in knowing that like everything is not lost when you set a boundary. All right, we're going to clarify this with something from the Morgan Greer deck. And I'm going to try to speed it up here because I've only got a couple of minutes left. Ooh, but this is perfect. We've got the Hierophant card. This is all about commitment. This is about making a contract with yourself. The Hierophant tells us to create structure for ourselves. And then that way, it's becomes, people know where they stand with us. People know where the lines are and what we will and won't accept. And that makes it easier for everybody when we're setting boundaries. This is a really good card. It's very, very encouraging. So like, even though, again, there's murkiness, there's a little bit of grief, you know, and you have to be reborn, and it's okay, because with this Hierophant card, this is telling us to create structure, set the lines. Oh, all right. So I just picked something from the Angel Answer Oracle deck. Look at this. Big happy changes. This is what's waiting for you if you choose to set some healthy boundaries. This doesn't mean being a jerk. It means taking care of yourself. And if you'd like to know more about how to do this specifically for you in your situation, you can book a reading with me at tiffanylivs.com. The links are below. And remember, if you book that reading, you're also helping kids get out of terrible sex trafficking situations. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.